Guys, welcome to Kipoerneke Korner. I'm back on EverQuest II over in Butcherblock. Um, so I logged in and I'm invisible, and it looks like the safe passage has applied again from that Itharbor guy in Go to Fadar, which is interesting. I've tried various things. Nothing seems to break it. I mean, I'm sure attacking something would. But I can't cancel it. I've gone over to my spell effects windows over here, and you try right click on it. It just says examine or window settings and all this. Anything else still says cancel like it should, but well, I'll say anything else that's not entirely true. It looks like only my spells and combat abilities do. Interesting. Food and drink is not cancelable. Everything else is. Except for this and food and drink. Interesting. All right, let's see if we can talk to him. We can't because we're still invisible. I thought I probably wouldn't be able to, but considering that I was able to pass this without it breaking the invis, I thought, well, maybe. So I suppose I'm gonna have to come and attack something to break the invis. How about one of these shade sire defenders over here? That seems fine and dandy. Don't need it for anything, but hey, at least it'll knock me out of the invis so that I can go chat with the guy and pick up that quest there. Looks like that's the only quest that I need to pick up as far as I can tell from the map. So here's Grot let on. He says, achoo! Wow, sorry there, friend. Hope you didn't catch the business end of that. And I say, that's some cold you have there. You sound terrible. He says, aye, too many cold nights patrolling the forts. I feel awful. Probably look worse. Tell me, would you mind doing me a quick favor? I say, of course, friend. He says, thank you. Just tell my superior officer, Garl Copperstroke, that I'm too ill to report to duty today. He's located in West Fort Ironfield. Achoo! Excuse me. Just head through the tunnel there. I can't pay you much as I'm only a soldier, but perhaps you'll take joy in helping me get better sooner. I say, sure, I'll tell him right now. And so, here we go. Through this tunnel and on to the other side. Let's see. We'll have to retrieve a box of axes. That was a delivery. We have to speak to Garl Copperstrike. The old Trojisk file. That was from a lake, I want to say, close to Turbines, to where we have to go for that. And then killing the stone beetles and the granite beetles, and aviac eggs. So those are the things I have to do in Butcherblock right now. We've made it over the West Iron to, and so update is ready. This is Garl's Copperstroke right here. He says, it seems that the Maker wishes that I never catch a wink of sleep. Yes, what is it? Do you need troubling? I say it's Grot Ledarn, sir. He's fallen incredibly ill with a cold and cannot report to duty. I told him I would tell you so he could get some rest. He says, well, isn't that kind of you? Bah, I shouldn't be mad. Goodness knows the young lad's right. He needs his rest. Speaking of which, I'm never going to get any rest so long as that racket outside continues. And I say, what do you mean? He says, the shriekers. They won't stop shrieking. If they stopped making all that noise, I might be able to get a good night's rest. Say, you wouldn't happen to have a pair of earmuffs, would you? I say no, but perhaps I could silence them for you. So we're going to accept that 5 silver and 77 copper for turning that quest in. And there's the trust here. He says, that would be wonderful. Just go out beyond the walls of this fort here and kill as many of the buggers as you can. Report back when it's quiet, and I'll reward you in kind. And I say, I'm off. Alright, so now I need to kill shriekers as well. Where am I? What am I doing? Who knows? Alright, mountain shriekers should be simple enough. The only issue is that they are in the air and I am on the ground, and as a swashbuckler, I don't have a lot of things to hit things that are out of range beyond just the old bow. How many days do I need? We need 8 total. Got a baddie in here. Alright, only 2 more of those. We'll have finished that once. Plenty of them hanging around over here. Let's see if we can use this. Oh, no sense in it. So we can come back, turn in this quest for our Copper Stork, and see what he has next to us. This is, peace and quiet. I'm in your dead adventurer. Now maybe I can get some rest. I say, my pleasure. Say, you wouldn't happen to have anything else for me to do, would you? This is I. Our provisioner, Trini Sweetdough, hasn't reported back to the fort yet. She left early this morning to gather berries. Would you mind going and looking for her? I say I could do that. Where was she seen last? So I'll accept the 14 silver and 7 copies of the last turn in, and then this quest. He says, well, I'm not sure of her exact location, of course, though I believe she mentioned taking the path to Lesser Fadart. I would follow that trail and see if you spot her along the way. I say I'll keep my eyes peeled. Alright, so 20 Sweetdough. What kind of rules do we have on this box of offices? Okay, that's just at the docks. Okay. So we got those at the docks. We got 20 Sweetdough somewhere toward the Lesser Fadart. We have to go to the little pond over there by the Druid Rings. All of this is taking me in the same direction. Granite, beetle carapaces, and stone beetle carapaces. I feel like I better go and do that, but that's one that is for at this point behind me. So we gotta come get this shiny, of course. Can't be passing that up. Then we can head on toward the granite beetles and stone beetles. Only need 1 more of the stone beetles. Have more of the granite ones. That's a giant beetle, which does me no good whatsoever. But here's a number of them hanging around, so. Apparently that it's just not working out for me. Okay, so I just need 2 more of the granite beetles here. He's invisible. Invisible granite beetle. Whenever you have terrain that goes up and down, if this does here, sometimes you can get into a position that's very difficult to hit them because it's just they're not registering as being in line of sight. Sometimes standing right on top of them can help, but sometimes it does not. So I've got the beetle carapaces, and I believe the auger is spread over here. So better go and deal with him real quick. All right, here we have Argo Thor. He says,
Well met.
have you gathered the materials? And I say, yep, there you go. He says, excellent. These will do nicely. I'd like to get started on creating the armor as soon as possible. Would you mind doing another favor for me while I work on this? I say, sure, what do you need? He says, in the area south here, on the southeastern wall, there's a cave. In these caves, we have a number of miners extracting minerals. We use these minerals for, well, that's not important. At least not to me, so I never bothered to learn what we use the minerals for. The important thing is that I've been tasked with collecting the requisition forms from the miners. If we don't keep the miners supplied, then they can't work, obviously. I say, so I have to find out what the miners need? He says, yeah, but it's not as hard as it sounds. There are 3 dig supervisors in the caves, 1 for each section. Among other things, they are tasked with having and maintaining these requisition lists. All you need to do is find the supervisors and collect the lists from them. I say, all right. So we accept that quest and the 19 silver and 50 copper from that last one. He says, once you get the lists, bring them back to me. I say, okay. All right, so now we're going to head south and try to find this cave, which is right over there. And, in fact, we have lots of updates over there as well. So that's pretty good stuff, right? It's the miners that we need to talk to. The supervisors, they're blinking on the map, so it's not going to be particularly difficult to find them up here. Order 2 mines is where we're at. I think there's one right down here. There it is. It's Iron Tool Foreman.
Good day to you.
He says, yes. I say, I'm here for your requisition list. He says, here. I say, thank you. Wow, that was a very deep conversation we just had there. The wisp is not working, but that's okay. Figure it out. I'm going to return here. And here we have another Iron Tool Foreman.
Hello.
He says, yeah? I say, I'm here for your requisition list. He says, so you guys can tell us we don't have the budget. After all, here you go. I say, thank you. And then the final one is up there now. How? I wonder. It's probably just back this way and to the left. Should get us there. No turn to the right anywhere along here. Maybe, let's see. Let's try this one. There we go. All right, here's the Iron Tool for a woman. Interesting. She says, what do you need? I say, I'm here to collect your requisition list. She says, oh, great. There you go. I say, thank you. Now I need to return to Uggs. All right, there we have our goat ahead. And he says, do you have the requisition lists? I say, yes, I do. He says, good work. I appreciate all the help you've given me. Here, please take one of these as a token of my gratitude. If you could do one last favor for me, I'd be ever grateful. I say, thank you. What favor is that? He says, these requisition lists need to get to Varun Kirush at the Western Iron Tool Brigade outpost. In the Eastern Outpost, just southeast of here, there's a tunnel that will take you to the Western Outpost. I say, okay, I'll drop these off with him. So let's first select our reward from the previous quest here. We have some possibilities. So let's open up this window here. We're going to clear what we have on so we can see this more distinctly. And we're going to look first at the knotted beetle wing tunic. All right, this is the knotted beetle wing tunic. It has a definite design going on there, doesn't it? Looks almost like it's, I don't know. It's interesting. It's almost imprinted with the design. Interesting. It obviously has a texture to it. So that's the knotted beetle wing tunic. Then we have the linked scarab mail. That is also interesting. Has a little, circular, almost like a bullseye on your chest. Is that what we want? I don't know. It doesn't feel like what I want. One on your back too. I don't know. Feel like that one's asking for it, really. Then we have a polished scarab breastplate. And it too appears to have like an imprinted pattern, raised texture around the imprints. It's interesting. And then we have the woven beetle wing vest. It's very straight, blue, very good. And high necked. It makes me think once more of like high elves and how they like to go around the vest. I think maybe I like the knotted beetle wing vest. I'm not really sure. Yeah, I think so. We'll go with that. Knotted beetle wing tunic. Alright, so now we're going to accept this quest to go to the other side. Varun is my commanding officer, so try not to mention how much you helped me if you can avoid it, he says. Right? We can probably handle that. And a shiny along the way. Oh, nice. 10 cobalt paw. Right, East Quarter Iron Door at the moment. Okay, there we are. And you need to come over here. To this fella. Varun Kirush. Kirush? Hard to say. He says, Varun Kirush, what do you need? I say, I am Kipoerneke. I brought the minor requisitions for Argro. He says, Argro, eh? Thanks. I say, do you have any work for me? Argro says Caladium will soon be reclaimed. He says, yes, that sounds like something Argro would say. He is young and inexperienced and doesn't appreciate how much work there is ahead of us. He will learn in time. There's much we must yet do. I say, what must be done? He says, well, for starters, you can take this list of proposed minor materials to the dig chief. When Argro collected these from the dig supervisors, he forgot to check for Werwin's approval. Take these proposed requisition lists to Werwin Shadhe and get her approval. You can find her by following the tunnel south of here and taking the northeastern fork. I say, I'll go get her approval. So northeastern fork, huh? All right, so we'll accept the 3 silver and 22 copper for bringing that news to him, and then we'll accept this quest. He says, once you get our approval, return to me. I say, okay. So back through the tunnel we go. Looking for Werwin Shade. Shade? Perhaps. All right, now the northeastern fork. I feel like that could have been that first thing there that I didn't take. Potentially, yep, I think so. So back we go. Try to do better. Okay, here we are back now. Let's look for a northeastern fork. If I can see one. I haven't seen one so far. Everything seems to just be... This is a northeastern fork. Let's try this. Wouldn't really call it a fork, but it's certainly a turn. We also got another alternate advancement point last turn in, and I'm now up to 55 points. All right, here's Werwin Shade. She says, I am Shade. What do you need? I say, my name is Kipoerneke. I have some requisition lists that need your approval. She says, all right, let's see here. Chocolate shovels. You know, this job would be a lot easier if we didn't have so many jokers working for us. Still, they do help brighten my day from time to time. No. Okay, these are all in order. There you go. I say thank you. And then run into the wall for a whole second there. But I say, it's what we do. Running back over to the same guy here. This is the room rush. He says, did you get Werwin's approval? I say yes. This is great. If Argro had remembered to do that in the first place, we wouldn't have had to waste our time with it. Sometimes I think recruits like him might not be worth it. But I suppose we'll need every pair of hands we can get when fighting starts. He'll learn in time. He'll learn in time, I'm sure. If it doesn't involve smashing kobolds, it doesn't seem to register with him sometimes. I say, is there anything else I can do to help? He says, yes, actually. I've had to pull some extra workers off their collection duties due to some recent cave-ins in the mines. Our food supplies, it's nothing critical, but it's getting rather low. It would be a great help if you could help refill our food stores. I say, what do you need? He says, primarily, we've been using the eggs from the Highland sturges and the meat from the crawlers just west of here. The sturge eggs can be found at the base of trees, and the crawlers themselves often hide under rocks. It shouldn't be hard to scare them up by moving the rock. I say, okay. So, we accept our reward for Argo's job, which was 2 silver and 99 copper. And then let's accept this quest here. He says, I realize this is not glorious, but it does not go unappreciated. I say, I will return. Grand and glorious. I mean, it's, it's one of those things that's got to be done, right? People have to eat something. All right, so now collect 10 sturge eggs in the fields west of the Northern Outpost and have a caller meet in the crawlers west of the Northern Outpost. Make new rocks. So there's a rock. Let's move it. Check under rock. And here we have a Highland crawler. We need a total of 10 of these guys. And now another rock. How exciting. Let's go get a number of these rocks. Maybe. So not all of them have guys under them, perhaps? That's the target. Nice. That's all right. We will, no targets in range. Nice. Never mind. Okay. Next rock. Guess I better hit him fast before he disappears. I need a third weapon. Uh-oh. What have I done? I out of it. Not out of arrows. Okay. No idea what I must have hit there. Okay, let's try this again. This time. Let's do it. Don't want it to scurry off under something again like the last ones did. They're so fast. And it's not even necessarily a matter of speed, it's the fact that we can't always see them due to the terrain issue. And so, even though you're trying to click the button, nothing happens. I saw back here a sturge egg, and I think I saw another one behind one of the other trees over there that we've been near. There's one of them down. Okay, just one more of these guys. We'd be good to go on that. Now to gather up the sturge eggs, which should just be kind of here and there around the place. We just have to kind of keep an eye out for them. Knowing me, I'll probably run right by some. I think they're around the trees, except got a couple of them right here. Which, of course, makes sense, right? Fall out of the tree? Sure. That one just fell over right before our eyes. Before our very eyes. Yeah, it looks like a sturgeon, but I can't click it. It's outside. Perhaps these trees will also have some long gum. Here are some. Oh, this is the last two that I need for this. And then on back to green. It's a huge piece of lumber, isn't it? Alright, here is the room to rush once more. He says, have you collected the food? I say, yes. He says, I appreciate this, Kipoerneke. If you're willing to lend more time, I have something important to ask you. I say, what is it? He says, one of the Iron-Toed Brigade was on a mission in Kill territory northwest of here. He was retrieving an object that was taken from us and was meant to deliver it to one of our agents on the docks, far to the southwest. We never made it, and our normal patrols between here and the docks haven't seen any trace of him. Unfortunately, it is very unlikely that he is still alive, but we need that package. I say I can find it. He says that's the hope. You will, hopefully, find him and his package somewhere between the docks and the Kill territory, which, again, is just across Dark Fall Gorge northwest of here. I say, I'll see what I can do. So northwest of here, what are we talking about? Alright, I see. That's the kobolds, right? Yeah. Alright, so we'll accept this 32 silver, 95 copper, and then this next quest. He says, once you find his package, deliver it to Oak Sprawled on the docks. I say, alright, and that's great, because that'll send me to the docks, where I have to find a package of axes as well, so it works out. I also need to go over there for the True Greens area, down in that area. So, let's see. Northwest. Also need to kind of keep an eye out. Pretty sweet too. And, of course, get this shiny, right? Alright, there's brown kobold paw. And here's a quest. So, where is that at? Is it down there? Possibly. How about we just jump off and figure this glitched out? We'll not live. Yeah. So, perhaps at the top of this. This is Dark Fall Gorge here. And so, let's see here. Got all kinds of kobolds running around and some dwarven ghosts. But nobody with a quest. What a shame. Climb this wall here, and I think we'll be. Alright, let's see. Who is this person? Trojisk Ripspar. Okay, so how's it about? Wonder if this quite dead. Ah, here we are. Yes. Trojisk and his buddy Anik, apparently. Which is exactly how many quests I have room for in my journal, so that works out. So let's talk first to Trojisk over here to the left. All hail the mighty warlord. May mortals grovel at the feet of Rolos Zek as he grants favor to his most devoted. I say, who are you? He says, I am Trojisk Gripscar, slayer of Mardon the Wicked, son of Uthron, slayer of Demetius the Mighty. Who dare to speak with me, the deadliest Relusian warrior to ever set foot on these lands? I say, I almost want to say, oh, me, I'm no one really. But instead, I guess I'll say, Kipoerneke, slayer of cruel kill. He says, you don't look like you could kill time. Now run away. I'm about to challenge the cruel kill tribe's best warrior to a duel. Defeating such an enemy grants me favor in the eyes of my warlord, Rolos Set. I say you underestimate my abilities considerably. Name your challenge, and I will conquer it easily. He says, prove yourself then. Go north from here and slay several cruel kill carvers and bashers. May seem like they would present a worthy challenge to someone like you. I say, how will I know if I was successful? He says, return to me when you have slaughtered a great deal of those wretched louts. Present me with their scalps, and I will know you're indeed a fierce warrior. I say, very well. Then we talk to Anik Rial over here, who says, oh, how I hate the swoopses. They comes after Anik, you know. Yes, they tried to carry me away and eats me. I say, swoopses? He says, yes, the swoopses. They look like birdie bats with the pointy noses. They's got the big fat bottoms with all the blood. I say, oh, you mean the swoopers? Ha! I bet you looked like a tasty snack to them. He says, Anik is no snack. You teach swoopses not to try to eat Anik, yes? I give you shiny things if you do it. I said, fine. I can take care of the swoopers for you. He says, yay, Anik. You give the swoopses the big hurt, and they don't come after me no more. The swoopses fly around the burning trees. Go there and give them death. Yay! I say, I'll be back in a jiff. After thirsting the sweepers. And let's see what else we have. Got a quarterly backpack and a dead body. That looks like our friend, the cooler here. So, grab his backpack, and we got that knocked out. Of course, we've been attacked. That's all right. These things are very low level for his character, so not an issue. And what else did I need for here? First of all, let's see if we have any of those swoopers on track. We don't. Scalps of cruel kill carvers. Scalps of cruel kill bashers. All right. Here are some of those. And this is also good because we can get some bugbear pieces. Not that it matters tremendously right now, because you can't actually do the bugbear hunt. I said kobolds earlier, and I meant bugbears for these guys. Kobolds are the ones down on the lower portion. Of this, not the ones up on these hills. Got a deep earth green, that's for the language quest, the kobolds and all this, the cerulean. That's not the right word. Is it cerulean? That's not. Is that the word I mean? Cerulean. Now I don't know. Anyway, the language. Let's see it. It just isn't a strange language. No good. Let's see here. Who all do I need left? I've got 3 more carvers. 5 more bashers. So I should look for the bashers, and the carvers will come along with them incidentally, I suspect. Those are both bashers. Only one more of the bashers, so let's go up to the carvers. There's a carver basher combo there. Said I needed 1 more. Looks like I actually need 2 more, but now I do it. Of the both bashers. Sorry. Carvers. 3 more bashers. 1 more carver. That's what I'm trying to say, yeah. Where's your bird? I got a basher and a sentry. I guess it'll do. Couple of bashers with sentinels. One more basher to go. Here's one wandering around right here. I do still need 3 sweet dough. But how did they think she was? One trail leads from west Port Iron to lesser attack. It's the same direction we've already been. Alright, so we've got all those. Now we can return to this fella over here with your amazing, wonderful battlers. We can take on some basic, non-heroic guys. Got the safe call of 191 out of 235. Alright, here's Trojisk Scar again, who says, judging by the blood on your hands, it looks as though you were successful in your challenge. I'll say yes, here are the scalps. This is very good. Your efforts indeed show you're competent on the battlefield. Oh. I say, what's wrong? You look to be in a great deal of pain. He says, nothing. Nothing pains me at all. Why am I cursed with such terrible affliction on this, the day of triumph? I say, what affliction? He says, in truth, I do not know what ails me, though my gut burns with a fire that only the burning prince could have mustered. How it pains me. I say, you might want to see a healer. Not looking well at all. He says, no healers. I must face the cruel kill champion. Failing to show the very challenge I made would be an act of cowardice. The pain. I say, let me fight in your stead. I have proven my abilities in battle. I can defeat the kill champion in your name. Let's accept this 28 silver and 89 copper from the last quest. And then the current quest. He says, you would do this for me? Even after I insulted your prowess on the field of battle? Truly, you're an honorable person. And as such, I would most humbly ask that you preserve my name so you can fight on my behalf. I say, where does the fight take place? He says, look above me. See that natural rock bridge that connects the two peaks? Take this horn, climb up to that bridge, and blow it to summon the champion. I wish you luck, for victory would be difficult at the very least. I say, I will return after I have won. And then I take this horn of challenge. I'm supposed to look up somewhere. Something that connects. Bridge that connects the two things. I wonder, yeah, that's it right there. Alright. So, it is to the south. Yeah, let's see, does this show? Oh, yes, well. Shows that. Hey, I think we just go this way. Looks like path. Maybe not. That's restoration. Like this. Northwest and above you, it says. Yes. Feel like I went the wrong way here. Definitely going down. And it's alright. Now, what am I getting hit by? I got hit by something last time I was here, too. I don't know what. Let's see. Maybe getting there. We're still where we were before, so. Did I go this direction last time and not be able to get there? I think. So, let's go this other direction this time. It's going to be funny if this is the way it went last time. This is the direction for the Aviax. On the left, instead of turning right. Is this it? The tops. Ah, very good, very good. Oh gosh, my bags are almost full. We should use the horn. Challenge the cool field champion. Fail to realize what button I'm hitting. That's another fun thing to do. Clicked the wrong button to start. It's fine. Fortunately, it doesn't matter. Successfully defeated the cool kill champion. Now, I go back over to a friend of mine. Trojisk. Trojisk. He says, have you defeated the champion yet? I say, I am victorious. Your name's honor has been upheld. He says, you have proved your worth both on and off the battlefield today. Koenike, though I am disappointed that I was not able that it was not I who defeated the Cool Kill champion. Here, take this. May it always remind you of this day. I say thanks. Now go see a healer. And then I go and look. What do I want of these options? I've actually gotten up to the level in this stuff where it's, at least colorful to you and not gray. So that's cool. Now here's the Sword of the Challenger. That is a very shiny, whitish sword right there. And then we've got Trojisk's Axe of the Victor. Okay, let's zoom in on this a little bit. All right. And then Warhammer of Triumph. All right, so out of those, I think I like the sword best. Let us accept the Sword of the Challenger. Okay, so that finished that off. I'm going to put that down here. Okay. There's two sweepers. And what else do we need? Various and sundry things to our south, really. We also need to keep an eye out for these sweepers. Kind of do there. Look for some of the other quest updates as well. Have to deliver a package to Opus Sprawl. Have to find a box of axes and those over there. And there's also some things over toward the Trojisk Green. We've got something I sort of gone up to the Aviac Roost. So I think I need that for the Aviac eggs and the Butcherblock Mountains quest. Oh, how funny. There's someone running around whose name is Swashbuckler. Wonder what class they are. Now, wouldn't it be funny if they weren't a Swashbuckler? Let's check. They are a Swashbuckler. How disappointing. I was hoping that it would be like a guardian Swashbuckler. So that would be great. This is the Dwarven. Teabags Long John hanging out here with the blessed shrubbery. Oh yeah, that's right. You needed to go in there and fill the flask, right? I think so. Now, where's the flask? Is this it? It is the vial. So it's usually here. Deldrani should still be near the path leading to Greater Vadar, it says. So, Deldrani. Not to we'll check on that here in a bit. Now, what else do we have? Possibly need to keep our eye out for the gatherer lady, right? What was her name? Trini Sweet Doe. Let's look again at the quest. Girl, Copperstrokes asked me to find their resident provisioner, Trini Sweet Doe. Girl noted that she left this morning to basket berries and not been heard from in some time. I should search for her along the trail that leads from West Fort Iron to Lesser Vadar. Well, we'll have to go back over to that trail then. Because Lesser Vadar is right down here, up there. We got a decayed bugbear ear. Okay. And that finishes filling up inventory. See if we've got a Trini on. A tracking thing. There's a thirsty swooper. Might as well knock that out along the way. Laughing. No one is laughing. Laughing at you. Not laughing at you. I don't know. Ah, here we are. Truly sweet. A thirsty swooper along the road. Nice. Those 28. Was there a number, or we just telling them to an update? Okay, so it's 1 out of 6 is what we're at. So we'll need 4 more after this one. Alright, Trini says, "Wow, you startled me. Oh, so angry. I'll tear my hair out. Those apes. Those terrible British apes." I say, "Easy now, calm yourself. What happened? What's wrong?" She says, "Those apes made off with my bucket of berries. I spent all morning collecting leafy bushes here in these mountains, only to be assaulted by those overgrown monkeys." I say, "Berries?" She says, "Yes. You see, the Iron Toe Brigade has commissioned me to bake pies for the soldiers. It's quite an honor, really. Dwarves can be awful picky when it comes to pastries, you know." I say, "Actually, I didn't know that. Can I help you in any sort of way?" She says, "In fact, you can. I need you to teach those cursed granite backs a lesson they'll never forget. It's the only way I'll be able to go back and safely pick any bucket of berries. I can reward you for your time. I say I'd be happy to. So, first, we're going to accept the 26 silver and 75 copper from the last quest. Then the new quest. She says, thank you, traveler. It's most kind of you to assist. You can find the elder granite backs north from here. I say, I'm off then. Alright, north. And here we go. Elder granite backs. Here we go. Watch yourselves. It's a good number of them being around. And we need 6. Start with these 4. Alright, there's the first 4 of those. We also still need the swoopers. So swoopers and granite backs over in this area. Alright, 1 more granite back to go. And then 3 more swoopers. Ought to do the trick. There's another one. Guess I better kill this guy. Alright, after this one, we'll have one more granite back 8. Well, let's see how I would to speak with me. He is way over there. So, we'll just, let me find the last granite that we need right now. Get that out there first. Alright. Updating over here with EQ2. She says, "You're back. Tell me, did you take care of those darn dirty apes?" I say, "Indeed I did." You mentioned something about a reward. She says, "Of course, dear, of course. Here you are. Thanks for your help." I say, "Every day is a good day for pie." We got these Butcherblock berry pies, level 20 superior food. Increases health regen of target by 27.5. And we also got 27 silver and 72 copper. I'll take it. Inventory is overflowing, and we're ways away from updates, and it's about time for me to eat some lunch. So, I think between those three things, what I'm going to do is call home, as it were, and probably throw some of this stuff into the bank, on the broker, in the depots, all that, and clear some inventory space before I come back out there. Actually, before I do that, it occurs to me it might be smart to go ahead and get the docks. No, it doesn't matter. I'll be going that way anyway as I come back. If I can remember to, I can gather the stuff on the docks from the church. That's right. We'll call out and go and empty some bags and such, and I will take a break and go have some lunch. If you're not following me yet, be sure to follow me and turn on notifications so that you can see next time that I go live. Hopefully, I will see you all then. Have a good time until